What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power of Play with CJ. I'm going to focus in on the San Jose Sharks, the reigning Western Conference champions, as part of the 2016-2017 team previews. Obviously, San Jose, over a decade into the Joe Thornton administration, broke through and made it to the Stanley Cup final this year, and it was just one of those tough loss to Pittsburgh, but again, they got there. Thornton, Marleau, and company got to play in their first Stanley Cup final. What's next? I think San Jose caught some people by surprise, including myself. I did not like the way the team was constructed, but they kind of pieced it together and ended up, going as further than they have at any point in the history of their franchise. So, I'm an asshole. That's what that proves. But we'll see how now that they're back to being a favorite, how do they respond? Obviously, we'll start with Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau, the two veteran forwards. They are both going to be free agents. I think it's possible Patrick Marleau gets traded this season. He's wanted out for a while, and there's, only a few teams on his no trade list. The New York Rangers being one of them, Anaheim, and Los Angeles. That being said, I think Thornton re-signs a one-year deal. And I know someone's going to bring up the fact he had the C taken away from him. But, you look at the team's success this year. He's happy in San Jose, and he's really an easygoing guy. So I can't be like, all right, I'll just sign a one-year deal, hang around here, continue to play, and, be a very big factor for any success the team has. He's the greatest player in franchise history, and he deserves it. Obviously, Joe Pavelski, tough showing for Team USA, but we know how good of a player he is. Those three constitute, pretty good top six. I like what I saw from Logan Couture last year. He's proven he's a big-time player. And we'll see if he's able to continue his high level of play. Jonas Donskoy, excuse me, turned out to be a very good, pleasant surprise for them. Was drafted by the Florida Panthers and ended up not being signed by the Panthers, and ended up with the San Jose Sharks organization. And he had some clutch moments in the playoffs for them. So if he can continue the play he showed in the playoffs last year, he had 11 goals last year in the regular season. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he had 20 this season. And there's something to watch for. So again, I like him. That top six is pretty good. They added Mikhail Bodker. I think his addition, he took less money to go there, by the way, could bump Marleau down the line and, eventually out the door in San Jose. So that's something to keep an eye on. Bodker's cheaper, younger, and, at this point in time, a little more effective. And I'm going to do a separate piece on a trade I think San Jose could consider as the season goes on about Patrick Marleau. So keep you guys tuned in. Keep you guessing. But the other thing is, going a step further with their forwards, their depth. I think that Matt Nieto, Tommy Wingels, and Melker Karlsson should be looking over their shoulder. Nikolai Goldobin and Timo Meier are both pushing for roster spots. Meier had a pretty good year last year in the queue. Goldobin got a little bit of NHL ice time last season. They're both knocking hard on the door. So the other guys that I think should step up in camp are the aforementioned Nieto and Wingels. And then I love Joel Ward. Guy always seems to come up big when it matters, and he's a guy I'd love to see win the Stanley Cup because he's such a great ambassador of the game. And the shit he took after that, after scoring against the Bruins that year was wrong. And I say that as a Bruins fan. I was disgusted by what my fellow Bruins fans had to say about him. But that's their forwards. Still an upper echelon forward group. Defense obviously begins and ends with pending free agent Brent Burns. He's another guy like Jumbo Joe that they're both similar personality-wise. He's going to re-sign. I don't see him going to free agency. Now, what's going to happen is he's going to go to free agency and leave San Jose, and someone's going to comment on this piece in a few months, call me an asshole, but whatever. I don't see him leaving San Jose. So take solace in that, Sharks fans. I think he will be one of the Norris Trophy candidates again. You look at how adept he is at moving the puck and, what he creates for their forward core, and he really is a straw that stirs the drink on this team. He was a team MVP last season. He should have been. He's excellent. To watch what he does and, the shots he's able to create. So, he's a great personality off the ice, too. So, again, I don't know what else needs to be said about Brent Burns. 27 goals from the point last year, and 353 shots on goal. That's a lot of shots. It's like Charlie Sheen at happy hour. You know, some solid consistency from Marc-Edouard Vlasic. I mean, he looked really good in the World Cup. Mike Babcock really seems to like him on the Canadian national team. And, he's just a good physical, number 2, 3 defenseman that does a little bit of everything for you. And then you guys like that. Paul Martin, first year in San Jose last year. I criticized the signing. Turns out he's pretty good. He's not a bad player. And he definitely fit in very well with the culture out there. And then, Dave Schlemko was a free agent signing this year. I like Schlemko. I thought he was a very good bargain at $2.1 million. He'll do some cool things, I think, and fit in well. Justin Braun's another, good defenseman. They got a lot of good players. And obviously Burns is a great player, so it kind of, evens itself out. But that D is pretty good. In that, Martin Jones, never been a starter in the goalie, starting goalie consistently in the NHL, was excellent last year. No reason to expect to drop off in his play. He signed to a very team-friendly contract, I might add. So, I think San Jose is obviously a playoff team, and they're definitely in the running to win the Western Conference, but I'm not ready to go there and know the Western Conference champions again just yet. We'll see what happens, and stay tuned for more episodes of the Power Play with CJ, because I'm going to drop the trade that I think could happen, that could change the dynamic for San Jose and a certain other older team in the Eastern Conference. Anyway, that's all I got. This episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.